If you're an actor who's stripped down on camera, it could potentially embarrass your kids forever, but it's not something you'd expect them to be exposed to in front of their entire high school class. 2024's Challengers stars Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist as three talented tennis players caught in a thrilling love triangle. Zendaya may have gotten a start on the Disney Channel, but on-screen romance is nothing new to her, and she's also no stranger to watching steamy scenes with her loved ones. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, she admitted that it was hilarious to watch Challengers with her family. As she put it was funny because, obviously I've seen the movie many times, so I know what's coming, and they were all sitting behind me, and I got to watch them watch and slowly just be like, oh god. At this point in Zendaya's career, her family pretty much knows what to expect, so their reactions to the steamiest scenes in Challengers were apparently pretty chill. As the actor noted, they've all seen Euphoria, so it's not like our first rodeo or anything. Set in the early 20th century, the BBC crime drama Peaky Blinders follows Tommy Shelby and the various members of the Birmingham-based crime family that he runs. Tommy eventually meets and falls in love with a barmaid named Grace, played by Annabelle Wallis. Their relationship leads to great passion and sorrow, while off-screen it prompted nothing but mischief from Wallis's family. During an appearance on The Graham Norton Show, Wallis told a story about watching one of her Peaky Blinders love scenes with her parents, which unsurprisingly proved to be rather awkward. At one point, her dad even said,
"Well, we know who you get that from."
Wallis and her mum were both a little horrified, but she nevertheless still enjoys sharing her work with her folks. She told the story again during an appearance on Conan and struck a somewhat more complimentary tone.
Now they feel like they've contributed something.
Okay.
DJ and Steve were the quintessential sitcom couple on Full House. They went through plenty of standard teenage milestones together, from first dates and college decisions to breakups and makeups. The show ended with them together after Steve returned to San Francisco so that he could take DJ to prom. Their sweet, family-friendly relationship continued to develop years later on the sequel series, Fuller House. Fans were naturally delighted, but Candace Cameron Bure's husband, Valerie Bure, wasn't quite so thrilled. During a Fuller House panel at the Paley Center in Beverly Hills in 2017, Candace explained, "It is uncomfortable and I totally understand and respect it. He's always held a position that I don't want to ever tell you not to or stop you from your job and all that. But he doesn't want to watch and I respect that, and it's the boundaries." Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are one of the most famous celebrity couples around. They married in secret in 2012 and have been building a family ever since. Reynolds shot to the top of the Hollywood heap in 2016 when Deadpool became a smash hit. But the superhero flick had some unexpected consequences for his wife. During an appearance on The Tonight Show the same year that the movie came out, Lively revealed that she was forced to watch her husband engaging in a series of blush-worthy acts while on a flight with one of her daughters. She called it a cruel and unusual form of torture, while elaborating, "It's kind of torture these days because I'm on a plane and everywhere I look, there's my husband in a sex montage throughout the holidays with another woman because everyone wants to watch Deadpool on a plane."
For 14 hours having your husband having mashed potatoes eaten out of his butthole.
No, yeah, all right, well, hold on a second.
That's in the film.
Anna Paquin and Stephen Moyer fell in love during their time co-starring on the HBO vampire series True Blood, and they stayed together long after their characters Bill and Sookie mostly moved on to other people. Bill and Sookie's love story was pretty intense, so it's not too surprising that Paquin and Moyer's chemistry bled into real life. Moyer directed several episodes of True Blood, one of which included a scene in which Sookie and the werewolf Alcide, played by Joe Manganiello, make love against a wall. Because Manganiello's back is so big, the shot took extra time to arrange, and when it became too much of a technical issue, Moyer actually had to remind the actors to keep it sexy.
In front of our entire crew, I was like, "I need you to go for it, Joe. I need you to grab the bits."
Fortunately, Moyer didn't forget the real-life relationship he had with one of his co-workers.
And then he'd say, "Babe, is that okay?" And I was like, "Please just do it."
Prince Harry's memoir Spare spilled plenty of juicy details about his life as a member of the British royal family. One of the highlights was his reaction to his wife Meghan Markle's former life as one of the stars of the legal drama Suits. Her character Rachel Zane was in a relationship with Mike Ross, played by Patrick J. Adams, and the two of them got intimate multiple times during the show's run. Harry admitted that he made a mistake when he decided to look up Meghan's love scenes. As he wrote, "I'd witnessed her and a castmate mauling each other in some sort of office or conference room. It would take electric shock therapy to get those images out of my head. I didn't need to see such things live." At least Harry won't have to worry about any future on-screen love scenes, as Meghan seems pretty adamant that she won't ever return to acting. The ABC political thriller Scandal was about as steamy as a network TV show could get, thanks in large part to fixer Olivia Pope's relationship with President Fitzgerald Grant. But Olivia had more than one love interest throughout the show's run. While her scenes with Jake Ballard were never quite as intense, Kerry Washington and Scott Foley still managed to generate some palpable chemistry. Luckily for Foley, his wife Marika Dominchik isn't the jealous type. In an interview with Us Weekly, Foley revealed that the entire Scandal cast once got together to watch the episode with Jake and Olivia's first sex scene. Foley brought his wife along and things almost got awkward. As he recalled, there was sort of a hush after that scene. Everyone was quiet. No one knew what to do. My wife said, "Why don't you bring some of that home?" Dominchik's attitude differs dramatically from that of Tony Goldwyn's wife, producer Jane Muskie, who flat out refuses to watch her husband engaged in any on-screen hanky-panky.
I suppose we can all live vicariously through Fitz.
Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage has proven to be quite complicated and fascinating. While Jada was promoting her 2023 memoir, Worthy, she denied long-standing rumors that she and Will had been living in an open marriage and clarified that they'd actually been separated for about 7 years. Regardless of their relationship status, they have a notably matter-of-fact approach to each other's professional romantic scenes. At the premiere of Will's 2015 film, Focus, Jada admitted that she actually likes watching her husband get intimate with other actors, which made Will declare,
She a little freaky like that.
to which Jada responded, "Unfortunately, he's right. It's kind of a nice voyeuristic way to see your man, but I'm kind of weird in that way."
That's a whole nother conversation.
Will then brought up Jada's sexy scenes in Magic Mike XXL. As he noted, the difference was everybody's naked in Jada's movie. It's just overkill. It's like somebody needs to put some drawers on. There's so many famous people in Magic Mike too. Everywhere I go, there's some man there who's been in his drawers with my wife. The CW vampire series The Vampire Diaries featured some bloody passion that spilled out into the real world. Fans were delighted when two of the show's stars, Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder, were spotted kissing in Los Angeles in 2010. It turned out that they were indeed an item, although they eventually split up in 2013. They continued to work together on the show for several more years, but that wasn't the most awkward thing they ever experienced. You might be wondering what could possibly be more uncomfortable than having to spend so much time together with an ex. Well, as it turns out, Dobrev's mother once showed up to the set and offered some tips during a sex scene. The actor spilled the details during a 2013 appearance on Conan.
Arch your back more. Like, it looks sexier if you arch your back.
That's creepy. I'm sorry. Your mom shouldn't be saying that stuff.
I know. Well, we're close.
Emilia Clarke's first nude scene on Game of Thrones happened in the very first episode. She's spoken out about her experiences with nudity on the show and expressed gratitude to her co-star Jason Momoa for advocating for her comfort and safety during those vulnerable moments. But that didn't make it any easier for her family to handle them. During an appearance on Live with Kelly and Mark in 2016, Clarke revealed that she found herself watching another nude scene in a season 6 episode with her parents, and her father had a very simple reaction.
My dad's like, again?
Yes.
Again?
During the filming of Season 7, Clarke was met with another high-stress scenario involving her family. Her brother, Bennett Clarke, worked on the show in the camera department. He happened to be on set the day that she was set to shoot a love scene with Kit Harington. Emilia wasn't exactly happy about the situation, especially because it was set to feature nudity. As she recounted at the 2023 Superhero Comic-Con and car show, it was literally like, "Mate, you've got to get him out of here. He's not allowed to be here." Watching a parent simulate lovemaking in a classroom full of your peers is a pretty nightmarish scenario. Unfortunately for Clara McGregor, the daughter of actor Ewan McGregor, that's exactly the situation she found herself in one day during a high school gender studies class. Her teacher showed the class the Pillow Book, in which a young Japanese woman explores history and eroticism through her study of calligraphy. And the film just so happens to also include several scenes with a naked Ewan McGregor. The movie was actually a regular part of the course, but the teacher made sure to ask Clara and Ewan permission to show it this time, and they gave her the go-ahead. As Clara recounted during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, "I said it was fine. I didn't really think much of it, and so we watched a movie called The Pillow Book, which is a brilliant film." But watching that movie at 17 with your entire high school class is more like they're watching me watch that film. You know, which was definitely interesting.
Were you nude in that film?
A lot.
Yeah.
Frontally nude the whole time.
Fortunately for Clara, her classmates didn't give her a hard time, but we doubt she'll ever forget how awkward it must have been. Julianne Moore has been married to filmmaker Bart Freundlich since 2003, and they've known each other for a lot longer than that, as they met way back in 1996. They have 2 kids, Caleb and Liv, who were born in 1997 and 2002, respectively. Moore and Freundlich have a pretty stable relationship, but that doesn't mean that he's particularly comfortable watching her on-screen love scenes. And according to his wife, that's actually a good thing. In a 2021 interview with the Daily Mail's You magazine, Moore revealed exactly how Freundlich reacts whenever she lands roles that include some steamy moments. As she put it, he hates it, which I love about him. It is funny because I have to say, it literally is work. But I understand it and I think it's healthy. If you felt it was okay for people to kiss your wife, it would be sort of weird. But yeah, he doesn't love that.